Daily Words of God.
God and man cannot be spoken of as equals. His substance and his work are most unfathomable and incomprehensible to man. If God does not personally do his work and speak his words in the world of man, then man would never be able to understand the will of God. And so, even those who have devoted their entire life to God would be incapable of gaining his approval. Without God's work, no matter how good man's doing, it will count for nothing, for the thoughts of God shall always be higher than the thoughts of man, and the wisdom of God is unfathomable to man. And so I say that those who have seen through God and his work are ineffectual. They are all arrogant and ignorant. Man should not define the work of God. Moreover, man cannot define the work of God. In the eyes of God, man is smaller than an ant. So how can man fathom God's work? Those who are constantly saying, God does not work in this or that way, or God is like this or that, are they not all arrogant? We should all know that people who are of the flesh have all been corrupted by Satan. It is their nature to oppose God, and they are not on a parity with God. Much less can they offer counsel for the work of God. How God guides man is the work of God himself. Man should submit and should not hold such and such a view, for man is but dust. Since we try to seek God, we should not superimpose our conceptions on the work of God for God's consideration. Least of all, should we employ our corrupt disposition to deliberately try to oppose the work of God. Would that not make us antichrists? How could such people say that they believe in God? Since we believe that there is a God, and since we wish to satisfy him and to see him, we should seek the way of truth, and should look for a way to be compatible with God. We should not stand in stiff-necked opposition to God. What good could come of such actions? Today, God has new work. You may not accept these words. They may feel odd to you. But I advise you not to reveal your naturalness, for only those who truly hunger and thirst for righteousness before God can obtain the truth, and only those who are truly devout can be enlightened and guided by God. Nothing will come of seeking the truth through quarreling. Only by seeking calmly can we obtain results. When I say that today God has new work, I am referring to God's return to flesh. Perhaps you do not mind these words. Perhaps you despise them. Or perhaps they are of great interest to you. Whatever the case, I hope that all those who truly yearn for the appearance of God can face this fact and give it careful consideration. It is best not to jump to conclusions. This is the way that wise people should act.